Meet a world-class performing artist, Alexander Korsantia. Paint alongside Hazel Dell Voe and get your homegrown field guide out, because Walt Dizzo and Adam Dupree are here to help you map out your course through a whole week of homegrown music.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
Tonight you're in for a treat. Alexander Korsantia is in Duluth sharing his passion for piano, music, and Rachmaninoff. His performance with the Duluth Superior Symphony Orchestra this week, and he's here in our studio as well tonight. Welcome.
Thank you, Karen. Pleasure to be here.
Nice to have you here. So can you play me just a little bit of a piece
Bach.
of Bach?
Bach chorale. Please don't hesitate to stop me when needed. You look like a singer and you are going to sing with me.
Oh, yeah. I would love to sing, but I don't know if he wrote words to this. Yes, I think he did.
Yes, he did.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Now we get to hear a little bit. We get to hear a little bit more later in the show, and you'll get to meet Alexander yourself and learn what he's doing in Duluth and what's in store also with Duluth's Homegrown Music Festival, and that's right after this.
The evening is really special because it gives the chance to see what these kids have been performing and working on for so long, and it gives Duluth a chance to see the next generation of artists and have them be a part of the biggest music festival in town. Hi, I'm Crystal Pelkey, the project manager for Music Resource Center Duluth, and we are here at Sacred Heart Music Center.
Watching the students come in and work throughout our sessions here and then come up with a final product that they're excited and proud to present to the public is extremely exciting. My name is Darren Bergsman. I'm a music instructor here at the Music Resource Center.
The Music Resource Center students are gearing up for their homegrown performance next Tuesday, May 1st at the Teatro Zacconi.
Our bands will include Presently Skyward, Excuse Me Princess, and Brown Eye Blue Eye.
Well, can you tell music lovers of every age are getting ready for the 14th annual Homegrown Music Festival. It's an 8-day showcase of art, film, music, and it's happening all over the Twin Ports. And here to fill us in, Festival Director Walt Dizzo. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me.
Adam Dupree.
Thank you.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Also known as Old Knifey once in a while.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes. Well, thank you for coming over and letting us know about Homegrown this season. And first of all, tell me what's new.
We have new venues this year. We're using Grandma Sports Gardens for the first time. We also have Tycoons. What else is new?
There's a show at the Club Saratoga on Sunday. It's a new venue for us this year.
It's really fun because you reach out to all kinds of different groups of people. It's not just, okay, these are my regular, usual suspects. You're willing to kind of let it change a little bit over time.
Yeah, I mean, it started out from just doing music to now art shows, poetry, music videos. There's fire spinning that happens. There's all kinds of fun things that happen that aren't just in the field guide. All kinds of fun stuff happens the whole week of Homegrown.
That's just fantastic. Okay, so as a musician, you've had the chance to play on Homegrown stages over time. How important is it for a local musician to have a slot, a coveted slot in the Homegrown Festival?
Homegrown's probably the most fun you can have as a musician playing in Duluth. So every year I look forward to playing whatever slot I end up getting, because what they say is true. There are no bad slots in Homegrown. Every slot is a good opportunity to reach new people and play for a crowd that's very welcoming to whatever music is coming out. So.
As an organizer, how in the world do you put that, is there, was asking somebody, is there a big computer program all figured out that you put in, here are the bands that want to play, here are the venues, but how in the world do you schedule that much?
Homegrown is completely done by robots. It's pretty awesome. No, we have a 12-person steering committee that works hard to put together the festival. A lot of input from fans out there that say, oh, I want this band to play, and we do our best to, cater to bands that are playing locally currently.
We have some footage of the art exhibit, the Homegrown visual art at the Duluth Art Institute, and that's kind of an interesting way to look at where Homegrown's been. 14 years. 14
years, started out as Starfire's birthday party, and has evolved throughout the years a number of bands, different artists, and it's just exciting to see the different artists. Like you see Chris Monroe's covers on there. She has the honor of doing the official chicken, so we're big thanks to her.
I have to ask, where did the chicken come from? Does anybody know? What in Homegrown lore, where does the chicken come from?
I think it's Scott Starfire Lund's spirit animal.
Perfect. And for those who don't know Scott, give us his background.
He's been active. He plays in a band called Father Hennepin, who are playing at the Collide this year on Wednesday. He's been involved in the music scene as a pirate radio station operator, as well as just an all-around supporter of local music scene.
So when you look at these posters and and frankly, when you look at the guide, oh my gosh, you guys, how many bands? And what does it tell you about what's going on in the music scene in Duluth?
Well, there's 175 acts this year, so which has grown from, I think the first Homegrown was 10 acts. So I think that the music scene has definitely expanded, and this festival, it just continues to grow and get bigger and bigger every year, and it's amazing to see how many different musicians, how many different acts, how many different aspects of arts and culture we can fit in 1 week every year.
So I was told that it's a great condensed version of what happens year-round. And how do you guys feel about that?
Absolutely. And for people that are coming to town for the first time, they're seeing all these different genres of music. They're seeing all these art forms that are out there. But these are things that are happening in the Twin Ports every weekend, every day of the year. So it's a chance to go and say, wow, I didn't know Duluth had that, or I didn't know Superior had these great places to see music. But they have shows all year round. So it's hopefully get people to come back.
And pay attention to see what's going on. Okay, so is there anything particular that you're excited about? I mean, you haven't seen any of the Homegrown music videos yet.
Right.
They could be good.
I've heard somebody's making a really good one. I'm excited for the things that you don't see on a regular basis. Just once in a while, taste the feeling as a band of children, I mean, real children. And they're playing Sunday, the last day of the festival. Little things like, DJs that don't get a chance to get a lot of crowds coming to watch them play as well.
Are you playing this year?
I am playing this year. We're playing at the main club in between Fearless Moral Inventory and Cars and Trucks. And so I'm really looking forward to playing the festival. And I'm also really looking forward to, getting out there every night and just seeing all the different things that are going on. Because it's something different every single night, and there's something interesting every single night.
And it's different every year, right? I think that's what's really fun about it. So how do you get tickets? How do you get involved?
You can get tickets at the Electric Fetus in Duluth right now, or you can get them at any venue that requires tickets all week long. You can go to the website for all the best information, though. Every day you check the website. If there's any alterations to the schedule, any new information out there, the website will have it.
Okay, and there's a trolley for those of us who want to take a free ride once in a while and not drive around and look for parking.
Friday and Saturday night, there's a trolley, and the schedule is in the field guide and on the website, too.
Okay, great. Gentlemen, have a great homegrown.
We'll see you out there.
Yeah, you will. Okay, I want to thank you and for making a great week for us for Homegrown. And also, look for these two guys and the rest of the steering committee in person during the festival and thank them in person when you see them. Now, to get involved in the Homegrown festivities, pick up a guide. It's like this one I have on the table. I got mine at Walgreens, would you believe it? And check out the website, DuluthHomegrown.com. Day passes and week-long wristbands are available at the venues once we get going. Have a great Homegrown, everybody. And now the artwork of Hazel Dell Voe. She's developing a new body of work called Resurrection, and she just wrapped up an artist-in-residence stay at the Grand Murray Art Colony, where she worked on several large-scale canvases all at the same time. As a professor emeritus from the Minneapolis College of Art and Design, it's really fun to see her play with color and form and scale in person.
I really am very fond of this woman. I like how she is. But it didn't work. It was too sort of flat and cut out. So I decided to bring it in front of the figure. It was a good decision. My name is Hazel Dell Voe. I'm a painter. Because of how I use images as icons and archetypes, I am not really a narrative painter, nor am I a so-called realist. I guess I would call myself more, as in the nature of my paint, an expressionist.
I like the fact that she works in series, and for me it started with the Spirit Tree paintings, and she still comes back to that, which I really enjoy. This series that she's working on now is just incredible. It's just amazing.
When I'm working on a big piece, I begin choosing the colors for the painting and set a palette, squeeze them out, and then I start mixing.
I think the biggest thing about Hazel is her ability with color. I mean, she is just masterful with colors.
Most of the color in all the paintings is desaturated, and how I do that is I mix all the colors that are on the palette, a little bit of that in each color, and then I'll start working with saturated color. It's like a conversation with the painting where you push some part of the space back and pull some forward, and you continue to do that until you get the result that you want. These are beautiful books. This is how I find images. If I draw all the time and then look at them carefully, then it'll give me a place to start in the bigger work. This corner doesn't move, doesn't go back and forward like that corner. And I need to put some dark in here. Maybe this is coming forward. See, this is more saturated green than what's behind it. So it should come forward. For me, all the reading I do and the thinking I do, and it all comes out in the work. I think that's the important thing, is that you let it be who you are. You don't manipulate it and be something different.
In our gallery tonight is a beautiful collection of work from Lizard's Art Gallery here in Duluth. Jeff Schmidt and Kristen Wazalizen collaborated on the oil painting Early Birds in the Daffodils. The raku vessels are from Richard Grushala and Karen Rossetti, and Tom Myers made the lavender vase. Now, if you have suggestions for artists to feature or comments on the show, please let us know. Check out our website for more information, and join us on Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates. And now please welcome back Alexander Korsantia. Bravo. Beautiful.
Thank you,
job.
dear Karen.
Thank you so much. I am honored. Very. You can almost
Likewise.
hear. You can hear the audience stand in the concert hall when you play.
I will remember that.
It is just
Thank you.
fantastic. So tell me a little bit about the piece you were playing. That's a Chopin,
This
right?
was the Chopin's first scherzo in B minor. I just due to time limitations, I couldn't play the whole thing, but I played a big excerpt from it, which included the whole middle section and the whole ending section.
And for a pianist, Chopin has got to be. You have to make friends with Chopin in your life. Am I right?
Without Chopin, not only art, but I think our life would be a little different. Because Chopin was the one who truly put the exploration of sensitivity on the whole new level. 4 generations, for a few epochs ahead of him, and we are still enjoying the fruits of his labor, actually, of his genius. And without Chopin, composers such as Tchaikovsky or Rachmaninoff, I'm not saying that they wouldn't exist. Of course, they would have written music, but different and probably less impressive than with Chopin as a big father.
All right. So tell me about your background. When did you start playing? How long you've been playing? Who inspired you?
It just happened that from the very beginning I knew. It never was a question. I loved it. When I was 3 years old, and my mother, also a pianist and professor of conservatory in Tbilisi, Georgia, that's where I'm also originally from, when she used to teach her students in our living room, I would crawl in and react with such a strange emotions, such as crying, laughing, and even trying to correct my mother's students, and sometimes even trying to correct my mom, giving her suggestions what to do with this student. So of course it was a little act of comedy for all of us, and even I kind of sensed that they are enjoying the moment from the laughing standpoint, and I don't blame them for that. But this was the beginning of my upbringing as a musician, truly.
Well, you're here to play with the Duluth Superior Symphony Orchestra this weekend, and you're playing a piece of Rachmaninoff. Is that challenging to stay in time with a complete orchestra? How do you work that?
Well, of course, especially with such a piece like Rachmaninoff Third Piano Concerto, which is notoriously and arguably the single hardest concerto for piano, written for piano and the orchestra. Well, of course, it can be argued about, and there are a few extremely difficult pieces, such as Prokofiev's Second Piano Concerto, which is virtuosically comparatively challenging, or Brahms' Second Piano Concerto, which also virtuosically is extremely challenging, and also it has this vastness of its form.
I'm going to have to leave it there, because I'm going to tease people. You're going to have to go to the symphony to hear the full force. I think that's fantastic.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, and thank you for coming over tonight and being willing to share your gift with us.
It's my pleasure always.
And
You're such a wonderful host.
Well, thank you. And I know you have a little bit more music for us.
Yes.
So while you prepare for that,
thank you.
I will say thank you to everyone else for watching tonight, and remember to go out and support local art and live music. I leave it to you.